Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we did a few more explorations around Town, checking out in here and in the inn. And now it's time to actually go into Town Hall and find the mayor and to speak with him about all this. He's not in here, so... You have discovered the dusty room where the Empire officials store their pointless, numerous paperwork. Although you'd probably love to read through the entire records, you shouldn't. It could take weeks. I imagine there's nothing useful on any of these, but there may be something. You never know. And the answer is no, there is not. You expected the man sitting behind this desk to be the mayor. He is wearing fine silk clothes that separate him from the rabble. He is quite young, but then again backwaters like Town hardly ever get seasoned people to govern them. The man is, however, not wearing the sash of a mayor, and therefore he cannot be the mayor. He licks the tip of his pen and glances at you from above his spectacles. A look of mild curiosity enters his face. How did you get past the guards? A question you should get used to if you want to become competent adventurers. I applied my famous witty banter onto them until they could take it no longer and left. Witty banter, you say? Yes, the guards are untrained for that kind of thing, and under Empire law they cannot use lethal force on you for simply talking to them, unless, of course, you are spreading lies about the government. But since you've found your way inside the mayor's office, I could answer the questions you undoubtedly have. I am the mayor's aide, Earl Fuzzle. We've heard this land has a need for adventurers. There are rats to be slain. I wouldn't go that far, the clerk says with a severe look on his face. It's only rats, for heaven's sake. There's a little squeak there, our guards perform a little slash splat, and the problem is fixed. Rats are not dangerous, my unemployed friend. Although, lately the rats have appeared in increasing numbers, and as the days pass they grow more cunning and deadly. Why, yes, how did you know? The reports have been slightly alarming of late. The rats are popping up around the crops and are doing their best to eat them. They are doing this so efficiently that we might have to import food to prevent famine. Still, I'd hardly call it a problem. Fuzzle waves his hand at you dismissively. Crops are being eaten. Sure, something must be done about the rats. We are killing them as we see them. Quite frankly, I believe that is more than enough. Do you have any idea why there are so many rats around? Earl scratches his beardless chin. I can't think of anything. They started appearing some weeks ago. Shortly afterwards, this fellow in ridiculous clothing appeared waving this pipe around. He claimed he could get rid of the rats for a price. So what the people did was they grabbed the man, beat him silly, and rolled him around in tar and feathers and kicked him out of town. It was such a memorable day for everyone. Why did you do that? The man was acting like we had no choice. Arrogance is something the people of Town cannot handle. Unless, of course, it's arrogance coming from our own. Besides, that's the only kind of entertainment the people here understand. The Piper is plotting his revenge in a nearby cave and is sending hordes of rats to devour you all. Earl looks at you in clear bafflement. Obviously, that is not the case. The man was not a sorcerer. He could have no power over the rats. He's just a con artist and nothing more. The mayor's aide seems to be growing weary of your presence. Tell you what, if I give you a quest to find the rats there, will you kindly leave this office? Absolutely. In that case, by the power invested in me by the Empire according to the Act 404-0072/Y, I hereby give you a quest. You are to find the lair of the rats, whence an evil wizard of some sort dwells and creates the rats to plague us. Possibly some kindly old wizard will reveal the location of the lair to you. I don't know and I don't care. I just wish you'd leave. Mr. Fuzzle sets down his paperwork and waits for your questions. I'm looking for the mayor. Is he around? The man looks concerned. He did not want to hear that question. The mayor? He is not here. He is off visiting another town indefinitely. I cannot be sure at all when he will return. Whatever it is that you need, you can address the matter to me, though. There's a filthy hobo outside the town hall who claims to be the mayor. Earl's expression is a mix of embarrassment and annoyance. So his lordship is still out there, is he? I suppose he begged you for money, too. I wish he'd at least have the shred of dignity to beg somewhere else. Not that I'm criticizing my lord in any way. Hold on, he really is the mayor? How? Oh, yes, he's the mayor. His father is a very important man in Pralgad. He set up an administrative job for all his 3 sons so that his seed might rule over larger portions of land. Unfortunately, Mayor Dorenesis doesn't seem to want to take his job seriously. His father is an important man. This place is the backside of the Empire. Is this the best he could do? Oh my, no. One of the mayor's brothers is in charge of one of the most prominent port cities of Izo. Each of his brothers got according to their skill. The mayor's father knew his son for what he was, so he sent him to govern a backside of the Empire. You see, the Empire has many backsides, so the head hardly even notices if one of them isn't working properly. Yeah, some might even say that the former emperor was one. So you basically do all the work while he drinks away the town's treasury. Almost. I do all the work, but he only drinks away his own money. I don't think he's ever thought about drinking away the town's treasury. I doubt he even knows that he has the chance. Why is this place called Untitled Land, anyway? We are pending for a name change in the main bureaucratic office. I sent in the proper form 2 years ago, so it should be a couple of years still before we get our new name. At any rate, the old name was deemed inappropriate due to Empire Act of 521-0243/U. Names that are inappropriate due to reasons involving mutiny, rebellion, or common decency. Yeah. This town has seen better days. Why not renovate the buildings a little? I'm afraid our budget cannot afford even the most basic of renovation. You see, back in Hawthorne's early days, he gave a grant to all the backwater regions so that they could be developed. Unfortunately, when the grant was used, we received no further help from the Empire, and thus all our buildings began to slowly deteriorate. I have asked for more money, but the bureaucrats do not handle things involving backwaters swiftly. Well, okay then. And that is not going to be picked. And so it's done. So this guy's actually the mayor. I talked to your aide, and it turns out that you are in fact the mayor. That's what I've been trying to tell you, you filthy commoner. I mean, I've counted so many offenses on your part against my character that I ought to. During his talk, the mayor lets his eyes wander. He is now staring about 90 degrees left from you and is looking perplexed. Who the hell was I talking to? He turns his eyes to meet yours. Oh, spare change? Right. Let's leave Scurftown. It is a silly place. After a short while of walking out of Scurftown, you notice you are being followed. It is a specter ready to join you once more. Of course, if you wanted to, you could refuse his company. Nah, he can join us. We got 2 places to go. One, right here for that young child. This doesn't seem like a safe spot at all. The colorful bunny has parked its blue behind in a swampy area next to a tree that looks like it might fall over any minute and a rock that looks like it could tumble on the small hair. Gee, do you think it's safe to sit here, old bloated one? The creature nods its yellow head, smiling, as it always does. A gush of wind blows through the air. The tree creaks ominously, and the rock appears to be swaying. What about that rock up there? Eh? The bunny turns its head sluggishly towards the rock. Once it notices the boulder, it jumps in startlement and runs off with a "Gah!" This encounter with the rabbit has once again been pointless. And it's actually gone. Oh no, wait, it's over here now. The little orange bunny has surrounded itself with leather sacks larger than the bunny itself. It almost looks like a merchant waiting for customers to come and inspect its wares. The whole notion is ridiculous, of course. What's in the bags, oh strange one? Pigeon crap! The creature squeaks. Doesn't care to elaborate the matter more. Pray, what are you doing with them? Sell them! 100 gold a bag! The bunny looks at you expectantly. I'm afraid I have no use for pigeon crap. The bunny covers its face with its ears in sadness. It must not make that many sales, since the people who actually would use pigeon crap do not know it's selling it here. You leave the bunny to recover. I'll take 1 bag. You exchange the bag of gold to the bag of crap. You can't say this is the most brilliant purchase you've ever made, but at least the bunny is thrilled about it. It grasps the bags of money and drags it to safety. The little orange bunny has surrounded himself with leather sacks larger than the bunny itself. Okay, how about I buy another bag? The bunny shakes its little head. All out! You stare at it for a while. But I can see several bags next to you. Pre-orders from other customers, the bunny exclaims with a smile. Really? The bunny makes a huge effort to shake its head. At least it looks like a huge effort. That seems to be the end of that. Perhaps if you returned at a later time, the bunny would sell you more. I'm just trying to find this little girl's doll. Okay, it's not here. There it is. It moved. You have obviously missed a battle. Several rat corpses lie around the now ferocious bunny. It has a tiny chain in its hand. Where it got the chain is a complete mystery. It hits the ground quickly with the chain. Come on, just try it! Quickly reach for the chain and take it from the bunny. The rabbit fiercely waves the chain around, but it occasionally lets it relax by its side. You act quickly. You grab the chain with your thumb and index finger and yank it away from the rabbit. It is sad at the departure of its weapon. Okay, let's try this again. Now, where's it? Oh, the bunny's still there. The orange rabbit has found a pair of underwear somewhere. Once you get close enough, it runs with considerable speed to you and hops to your foot. It runs up your leg and stops on your right shoulder and smacks you with the underwear. Well, let's see where it's going with this. The bunny smacks you in the head with the underwear once more and shouts, "You damn neffo!" Then it smacks you again. Who could have thought that a cute little bunny like that would be a bigoted bastard? Hey, that's not a very nice thing to do. The creature drops the underwear and yelps, "Oh shit!" and drops to the ground and flees the scene. Okay then, back again. The bunny is hopping around the clearing without a care in the world. Despite the fact that it hasn't ever really stopped smiling, it looks happier than usual. What has made you so happy today, fat butt was it? Plop. The rabbit's hopping actually comes to a halt. It turns its black beady eyes to you and raises a hand. Actually, it's pronounced Skleefa. It's pronounced what now? Skleefa is apparently ignoring you or not hearing what you say. It is simply moving around again. Moving on, didn't you promise us a reward earlier when we saved you from the wargs? Yeah! The bunny hops up and down in excitement. Must have something special planned for you. Are you going to go get it? Yeah! Fatbutt or Skleefa blubbers off into the bushes. When it returns, it should have your reward. But after half an hour of wait, you come to the conclusion that it's not coming back. Oh, bloody hell. You seem to have walked in on a construction site. That is, the orange bunny is busy building something. It's got a stack of tiny stone blocks next to it, and it has already managed to build a wall of its height. I say, whatever is the purpose of this construction? The bunny picks up another building block with its stubby hands and carefully places it on top of the wall. I'm building a wall, it explains. That much was obvious. Why, whatever for? Another stone is added to the wall. To keep the Avernites away! The Avernites aren't going to just pop up from the earth. Whether the bunny heard you or not is uncertain, however it still continues its labor without granting you another word. You really have no reason to stick around, since trying to convince the bunny to either to stop its work or at least make a better job of it would be fruitless. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my! A tragedy has befallen the little bunny rabbit's wall. The wall has collapsed and is sticking from underneath it. You can see little orange ears. That poor little... Quickly lift the wall from the bunny. You pick up the wall, which isn't heavy at all, and place it next to the squished bunny. It doesn't appear to have any visible bruises, but it still isn't moving. You gingerly poke the creature. With lightning speed, it jumps to its feet, or more like its ass, inspects its surroundings, and hurries off. Wouldn't kill to be thankful once in a while. Alright, let's try again. The bunny is hopping around the clearing without a care in the world. Despite the fact that it hasn't ever really stopped smiling, it looks happier about it. Okay. How the hell is Fatbutt pronounced Skleefa? The animal, it does a little dance and continues to hop around. Okay, is it just starting to repeat things now? The mysterious rabbit is promptly sitting peacefully in the clearing. Its wandering gaze focuses on you. It blinks very, very slowly. Makes it look like a straining task. Come to think of it, you don't recall it blinking much before. Just how often do you blink? Eh? The bunny extends a proportionally huge ear in your direction. Apparently it has problems making out what you are saying. I asked how often you blink. Eh? The ear inches ever so closer to your direction. Perhaps the bunny has some earwax in its ear or something. How often do you blink? You get down on your knees and move your face inches from the fuzzy little critter's yellow face. You don't get to ask the question, however. You get as far as how oft, then the bunny cuts you off by holding its nose. It waves its arm around its nose and goes, pew! Apparently you have bad breath. The bunny seems very proud of what it just did. Hardy har har, that's pretty hilarious. The bunny does a little dance to show that it too considered it extremely funny. After the dance, it exits to the bushes. Bloody hell, how many times are we going to have to go through this to get that little girl's doll? The mystical bunny approaches you. Its wandering gaze focuses on your sword. It points at it eagerly with a stunted paw. Hey, Steve, give it here! My name isn't Steve. Give it here, give it here! You doubt the creature is even listening to you. The weapon is too dangerous for you. The bunny lowers its head and covers its face with its ears. It looks very sad about the fact. You can't get anything else out of it. Okay, walk out, walk in. Grab the rabbit by the ears and throw it away. With lightning speed, you catch the bunny by its ears. It wiggles pathetically in your grasp. You draw back your arm and launch the beast into the air. It flails its stubby arms desperately as it crashes into the bushes. Okay, that was the thing with the underwear again. This is getting very tiresome. It's not here now. Oh wait, there he is. Yeah, that's the one that... Jesus! Is this even a quest that can be completed? Because I'm starting to doubt it at this point. Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably not. So, forget that. Let's just go take care of the inn issue. Further to the south here. That's probably going to be quick and easy. Alright, to the inn. Angelo, I come bearing an offer from Manuel. Who? Angelo asks irritably. You explain what the innkeeper in Scurftown is proposing. A tiny flicker of hope shines from Angelo's eyes. Before you come to the manner of how much he speaks. Yes, I think I remember my father talking about the man. He thought highly of this Manuel, you say? Yes, of course. Why, if my memory serves me correct, he thought the man to be practically family. So, yes, I will sell the inn to this fine specimen among men. How much is he offering? You aren't a part of this conversation. 10 gold, you say? That is a fair amount. I'll just collect the money myself. A lot later. Saying this, Angelo rushes out of the inn with lightning speed. Well, that was quick and easy. Let's get out of here. Alright, now back to the north. To report in on the good news. But before you... Okay. That's the whole thing with the Spectre. That's dealt with. Yes, enter the inn. Manuel? The owner of the patron was willing to sell. Manuel nods. I know. He was here only a few hours ago. Apparently you negotiated the price so low that he wound up paying me 5 gold. What a strange man he was. He was also kind enough to reveal the recipe for the beer, and as for your reward... Manuel pulls out a bag of coins, which he drops at the table without ceremony. The bag goes chink in a pleasant way. You open the bag and count the contents. 150 gold and copper. Okay. That's nice. Now, let's get out of here and maybe explore... Hold on, I just thought of something. Yes, I know about the Spectre. There's a guy up here who complains to us about how we don't have quests, so Hugh, not pe- I'll have you know the mayor's aide hired us to take care of that rat problem. He did! The guard recovers quickly from his astonishment. He nods grimly. Yes, of course he did. Next, he'll no doubt hire 50 mercenaries armed to the teeth to help with the crops. That man can't think for himself. He's always looks what to do from the Billion Empire regulations. He has no idea how to survive in the wilderness. Then again, you probably don't either. What do you do when a group of snarling ghouls attack you? Don't answer. You were going to say chop them to pieces or something, am I right? Wrong! First you take off your pants and throw them at them. This confuses the ghouls, you see? Then you may chop them to pieces. See? You just don't know all these little tricks about combat. Just get out of my sight before you die on me. Right. Sure, that's exactly what you do. Well, let's take a look at the lay of the land a little, I guess. Actually, what is this? Scurftown, south 2 miles, Yonderlands, north 75 miles. All the guards in the guard tower have passed out. There are empty bottles of ale everywhere. There's something here. Okay, what is in here? You wandered into a once habited area, or at least you think it had buildings in it a long time ago. Ancient crumbled walls can be seen all around you. The only structure that ranges higher than your knee is a stone circle. A stone circle which has a woman standing in it. She does not seem to be enjoying the ruins. She seems agitated, even frightened. Her every move indicates she fears for her life, and the reason is obvious. Rats have surrounded her, she desperately fending them off with a pointy stick. However, soon the rats might overcome this dangerous obstacle. She hasn't noticed you, and the rats don't seem to care about your presence either. Ask if the woman is Rosemary. What? She asked panickedly. You know, I'm not Rosemary, but surely that doesn't matter. You'll still help me, right? Of course. Charge! 7 giant rats and a mung rat. Okay, that's a mung rat, so the mung rat has to die. There we go. The rats squeak no more. The woman, visibly shaken by the event, walks to you and begins to speak. Thank you. You saved my life. I know these were only rats, but I've never killed anything. The woman looks at the rat carcasses. And that one looks especially big. How on earth did you come by here? You explain that you are looking for a woman called Rosemary. The information surprises the woman. She was only here minutes ago. She was exploring these ruins just like me. We talked in length about all the ruins here in Untitled Land. I discovered this ancient battlement I had only recently discovered. It's hidden through the bushes near the south end of the swamps. She sounded excited about it. Perhaps she went there? You thank the woman for the information and depart. South end of the swamps, eh? Sounds interesting. Ah, must be over there. Following this road, you would eventually find yourself in Yonderlands. From what you've been told, Yonderlands is somewhat larger than Untitled Land, and it is known for its skilled boat builders. Is it time for you to travel on and leave Untitled Land behind? No, not quite yet. And 5 spore beasts. Yes, I did see them. You appear to be quite surrounded there. There, you are now better. These trees look different from the basic 4 types of trees that you recognize. Although they are quite similar to that one tree, which name you can't remember right now, they are still different. For one thing, their leaves are a different shade of green. There are also other botanical differences, but none of them are really worth mentioning. In fact, the whole tree is utterly insignificant. In fact, it would have hardly been worth mentioning them if it wasn't for the fact that weird moss growing on some of them. That moss could be useful for alchemical potions, but more than likely it's completely useless. Gather the moss. Oh no! As soon as you started collecting the moss, leaves began to drop from the trees. Soon afterwards, you heard a shrieking, squeaking sound, and bloodthirsty bats began to drop from the branches. Oh great! Now we're dealing with the rats with wings, and some of them are lava bats. Okay, definitely going to deal with those Alright, you take care of these. There we go. Now that the bats are dead, you collect the moss without further delay. We got a special item out of it. This is the area the woman in the ruins told you about, and indeed it is extremely hard to make your way through the trees. It's as if something is making you take odd turns and throw you off course. Eventually you find a safe path through the difficult terrain. At the edge of this swamp, the ground is moist and squashy. Trudging through this terrain is really annoying. Your foot sinks into the marsh once again. But this time when you pull it out, you kick an ancient battered shield as well. It is rusted away completely. Trekking deeper into the swampy area, you find more rusty armor and weapons. Even though you'd like to find a totally awesome ancient blade of some sort, none of these qualify. It isn't even worth picking them up, since nobody would be dumb enough to buy them. Then you hear it. Arg! Lord Almighty, look at the size of that mushroom! You push away vegetation to reveal a person of indeterminate sex being attacked by giant fungus. Ask if the person is Rosemary. What the hell kind of question is that? The man, yes, it's definitely a man, shouts as he dodges the attack of a poison fungus and lands a death blow on a spore beast. How rude, he doesn't want to answer your question. Help him anyway. Oh, it's right there. Wait. You, if you don't mind. That one's actually immune. Right, a healing for Fox, please. And there we go. Once it becomes evident that none of the spores of the fungi plan to choke you or anything, you approach the man you saved. That could have been a really ugly situation, it could have. Last time I wandered off on my own, this is. Here, take these arrows. I found them on this battlement, I did. They seem to be the only thing still of service they are. You take the arrows and ask the man if she has met a woman called Rosemary. Why, yes, I did. She was also exploring this ancient battleground. She was excited about some symbol on a shield, she was. She claimed that a similar rune could be found carved on a hill in the northeastern part of Haunted Hill, near some boulders. In retrospect, she was oddly precise on where she was going, she was. Right, off to Haunted Hill, I guess. Also, Ow, ow, ow. Alright. Also, I noticed something over there. We'll check it out later. Did not mean to do that. So, over to Haunted Hill. Set in the northeast part of it. What the hell? Where did these bats come from? You guys came out of nowhere. You walk into what looks like another ancient ruin. This time there is very little to be seen. You only find some foundations of ancient buildings covered in vegetation of old. Nothing has stood the test of time and looters. The two large statue-like boulders bound the area. That is, if they were statues once. Centuries of rain have made them nothing more than big rocks. Of course, there's also the dozen or so humanoid shapes congregating amidst the shadow of the other boulder. Upon closer inspection, they turn out to be undead, and they're attacking a woman in robes. Ask if the woman is Rosemary. The woman doesn't seem to hear your question, or then she is simply too busy blasting a ghoul with holy energy to answer. You ask the question again, but a snarling zombie must have muffled the question for her. Well, help her anyway? I suppose it seems like the thing I do. 5 skeletons, 5 zombies, and 3 ghouls. Alright. I find it amusing that we have an undead helping with this. Ignoring all the thank yous and you saved me's, you skip right to the part where you ask where Rosemary went this time. After the standard puzzlement that comes with the question, the priest answers. Why, yes, I did indeed come across the woman Rosemary. She was searching these ruins for... well, it was a bit unclear to me. However, she mentioned that she was going to an ancient stone tablet. The stone table, she told me, is located at the southeastern point of Haunted Hills. The woman reaches into her robes and pulls out 2 potion flasks. Here, take these as reward for thanking me. Oh, really now? Hey, an energy potion. Nice. Alright, so the southeastern part of Haunted Hills. Alright, let's head down there. I mean, this episode could end, but... hopefully your search for Rosemary has come to an end. You've entered an area not like the ruins you've searched for Rosemary before. Rather, there is simply 1 stone tablet to be seen, and about 1.5 dozen of armed thugs. They have surrounded a body, with any luck an unconscious body of a woman. All of them have a yellow lizard embroidered on their sleeve. They are arguing so loudly who should have the loot that they haven't noticed you, but that can be easily arranged. Ask if the bandits have surrounded Rosemary. That was a dumb thing to do. The bandits don't care about giving you answers. In fact, they might not even know if the woman is Rosemary. No matter, you still have to fight them. Okay, you wait. There are quite a few bandits around here, so how about this? You, I think, can get rid of those archers. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, you definitely need healing. You need a lot of healing, yeah. Definitely heal Sheik. Oh crap, Sheik's about to die. Okay, we're good. Now, grab everything that has actual value to it. You also need gloves. I don't think anyone needs boots. You provide a little healing. No, nobody needs boots. You could do with a better helmet, though. No matter, we'll organize that after. The woman appears to be alive and well. She does have a bump on the head and a few other bruises, but none of the wounds should leave a mark. You wake her up. Once she is recovered to the point where she can form coherent sentences, you ask her the question. Are you Rosemary? She is! She is a bit dazed, but delighted that you came to her rescue. She asks how you found her. You replied that Wars sent you to find her. Who? Rosemary inquires. You explain. Oh. A look of worried disgust appears on the woman's face. That man is not a friend of mine. In fact, he stalks me and whines to me all the time. Were he not such a coward, I'm sure he'd follow me around when I hunt for ancient ruins. At the mere mention of the words ancient ruins, Rosemary's spirit is listed. Say, since you've been following me since you've seen all the ruins I know about, tell me, what do you think of them? I didn't really have time to explore them. But you should have! They're fascinating! I could spend days trying to figure out who they belong to, and I have. A thought crosses Rosemary's mind. On second thought, maybe it was best for me you didn't explore the ruins. Had you come an hour later, I don't even want to think what these bandits were going to do to me, and I would have lost all these artifacts. She opens a rather large leather sack, which reveals a bunch of crap. Rosemary has collected several broken, albeit weird-looking weapons and stone tablets. The tablets have weird carvings in them that could well be writing. Aren't these enthralling? I've never seen the likes of them. I believe that Untitled Land once housed an ancient civilization. Civilization that wasn't human. Some of the bones on the battlements are humanoid, but not human. What do you think happened to the civilization? I haven't figured that out yet. My guess is that some kind of natural disaster occurred. Perhaps a plague wiped them all out. These ruins predate the Empire rule by many years. I'm sure that once I can decipher all these ancient stone tablets, then I can at least get a clue about what these creatures were. That reminds me, I should get back to work. But first, before I forget again, Rosemary begins to rummage through her sack. She hands you beautiful arrows and a gemstone. You thank her in turn and bid her farewell. Alright. Blessed arrows. Very nice. Okay, who needs gloves? Draco needs gloves. And the rest of this... Actually, poor chainmail. You could use that. There we go. And the bronze helmet would go to Draco. There we go. Much better. Now, we didn't actually complete the quest, so even though this episode is running a bit long, I'm going to quickly go and complete the quest and then end the episode. Actually, this is going very long. Bloody hell. I didn't even realize. I apologize. I guess I just wanted to finish this. So, you, Ward, I found Rosemary, but she doesn't seem to like you much. Ward seems to only hear the first sentence. You found her. Where is she? Is she okay? Was she horribly mutilated by a pack of ghouls? You tell him about your tediously long quest. I knew it. The outdoors are full of perils, and you say she now has several locations where she could get killed. Oh, dearie me, but she must be on her way here, right? You politely mention a reward of some sort. Ward is dumbstruck. A reward? Did I mention a reward? I think not. Why, I thought you were only helping me out of concern for your fellow man. I don't really have anything. Why are you still moaning here? I still haven't seen Rosemary. Oh, I could keep her. Maybe it was the bears this time, or the giant wasp. Oh, I've heard some nasty things about those. As a whole, this man doesn't seem to do anything. Alright, let me just quickly sell this stuff. And, no, not to you. You know what? Let's sell it to the guy who just buys our random crap. I think that's good. Anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode, because it has gone on way longer than long enough. Next episode, I think we'll head out to, I think we'll head up... What is it? Up here, to investigate this area. There appears to be a manor here. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.